Alright, hey guys, this is the first video of the channel and I literally recorded the whole video, but for some reason it just wasn't taking the screen. So here I recording again. We will be focusing on articles that are usually published by The Verge because they cover amazing content. Shout out to them. Not a sponsored video. So in today's video, we will be talking about the ASUS ROG Flow Z13, which has been a collaboration with Acronym, which is a pretty big keyboard brand. So let's see how this goes because I have seen the laptop before and mixed feelings about it. So this is how it looks like from the front, and it is giving me the Surface Microsoft Surface vibes for some reason. Again, it's got two front cameras. One is 15 megapixel, which is a 13 megapixel actually, which is the normal camera, and then they also have an IR camera, right? So by the looks of it, it looks as if Microsoft designed this. It resembles the Surface in such a way that you might think it is a Surface unless and until you see the keyboard, of course, then you'll be astonished pretty much. It's a very bizarre computer, if you ask me. I mean, it's one of those computers that, like, every year Asus launches a computer which is in collaboration with some or the other brand. This one was in collaboration with Acronym, the keyboard brand, and this is actually a Republic of Gamers. So we already know it's gonna have immaculate performance. It is the second collaboration between Republic of Gamers, which is ROG, and Acronym. It's very expensive. So $1,800, and it's a 13-inch gaming tablet with a kickstand and a detachable keyboard. Pretty amazing. It's see, that's what I said, right? It's like a gaming Surface Pro. It's like a Surface device. Because again, Surfaces, mini devices, extreme performance. Not exactly. Still. Right. You could trick out a Surface Pro 9 for around $500 to $600 less, but again, you won't be able to game on that. I mean, you could, but not as hard. So there are there are good things and there are bad things. Again, it's about every laptop really. The good is great frame rate. I mean, as they have also listed, considering that it is a tablet, it does not have the best display that many laptops have. But again, the design, second point is the design is just phenomenal, really. You won't see this kind of design in literally any device. It has a funky design, pretty eye catching, all metal build from the back. And again, it is compact. Again, 13.4-inch laptop, so very tablet, sorry, very compact. Again, it is a convertible, so anytime you can just take it in your hand and do all your work. That's it. It has a stylus support, and I'm pretty sure Asus does provide a stylus in the box. Apple, we all know. The bad is that, again, we'll move on to, there's something very wrong with the keyboard ideally. We'll go to that later. Because it's a tablet, you don't expect a large amount of battery life. You could get 4.5 hours out of this, and then you'll need to plug into its massive 130-watt PD charger, which PD means Type C, and PD is basically Type C, and it's not cheap. I mean, $1,750 for this thing, not for me. Definitely not for me. The keyboard. This is the main star of the show. This is one of the weirdest keyboards I've ever seen. As you can see, collaboration with Acronym. There are glyphs on the keyboard pattern. As you can see, the I key that actually looks like a T, but the other way around. Right. Again, these glyphs are very confusing. Alright. At the starting, if they hadn't included normal letters at the side of the glyphs, anyone would be confused. Like they would be like, this laptop is from another planet. Again, but again, credits to Asus for leaving the tab, caps lock, alt, control, all of backspace, enter, all of these keys. Thank you, Asus, for doing that. And even the function keys, which don't have the little glyphs on them. It is a collaboration between Asus and Acronym, so some things are truly going to happen. So now here are some phrases that ASUS uses to promote this. A redefinition of mobile computing. Not sure. You could definitely. It's not a redefinition. We have seen ASUS do this with the 14X OLED Space Edition, which is still one of my favorite laptops. One of my most favorite laptops. It was truly a work of art. It had that little screen on the back. Amazing. Beautifully refined yet raw. That is true. Again, it is a tablet. What can you say? Truly unique. That's also true. It's pretty unique, and you don't see stuff like this every day. A hands-free dream machine. I strongly disagree. You, I mean, the literal meaning. You can say that you cannot use any of this without fingers. I'm taking literal meanings. Judge me. A functional yet striking work of art. Yes, that is true because again, the back panel all metal, space theming. I guess you could say that it looks like a crashed satellite with anime stuff on it. I guess all of the logos, all of the typography are laser etched, so don't worry about them. Just you know, going away. If you rub them too hard, they'll just disappear. I guess no, that's not going to happen with this thing. A rear is dotted with rubber pads to kind of like keep it safe. It's funky, all right. It shouldn't be like that, but if you hold this and if you go out in public, you are going to catch some eyes. It's like a Bugatti Chiron. You just drive it into a normal street and you're going to see some eyes, catch some eyes, right? This design, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I mean, there are a few setbacks. As you can see, this little rubber pieces. It is for protection, but why really? I mean, that's pure metal. I wouldn't say why, but still, that is pretty good. They did a good job in making this. As far as again, you have that inbuilt kickstand, so you can just mount it anywhere, and all of this is metal. Acronym written over there, ROG written over here, somewhere around here. So for like as a laptop, this is actually pretty good. It is 13-inch, of course. It has an H series Core i9, which is pretty. It's a pretty strong processor, if you ask me, right? And I mean, an H series. It's pretty unusual as it should have maybe an X or even an HX series. Keyboard is just detachable, of course. Now, this is something that many people will compare to the MSI Titan GT77, right? It's one of the best laptops out there. You can get some amazing specs. 4090, 32 gigs of RAM, the whole deal, right? 1 terabyte of storage and all. It has a 165 hertz display, which is QHD plus. You can see the IO selection. So headphone jack over here. We have our standard Type A, USB Type A. Then there is a full-sized SD card slot, which is again amazing. I am guessing that is the PD charging, basically the proprietary the Type C charger. You plug in the charger, and that on top, that little keyhole looking thing is the power button of the device. So again, we'll just take a look at the specs. So it has a 13.4-inch QHD plus 165 hertz, 16 is to 10 display. It has a 13th gen i9 3900H, which is one of the best processors on the market, and Again, so the 13th gen processors are designed to cross the 5 gigahertz barrier mark without overclocking. And of course, you could use MSI Afterburner to maybe even on an i9 13900 XHX, maybe even overclock it a bit. But because the processor can go up to 5 gigahertz, that thing will be very hot. It will get warmer as you use it if you are running some demanding games, RDR2, Warzone, Modern Warfare. It will heat up. That I have seen that with some of the past 13 gen laptops like the MSI that we talked about. Again, 14 cores with 8 efficiency cores and with 8 efficiency cores, and I forgot what the P stands for. So sorry. Um, Again, RTX 4070, one of the best GPUs out there. 8 GB DDR6 for the 4070 VRAM, of course. Again, it's 4070 is a very powerful graphics card, so there won't be. I mean, you could easily use this laptop for what 5-6 years without any problems, but most people just won't for some reason. 16 gigs LPDDR5, which is on board, and then you can also upgrade it to 32 gigs. I mean, you have two slots, 1 terabyte solid state storage of SSD, 13 megapixel camera and 5 megapixel camera, which has the IR, and there is Wi-Fi 6E. Again, best Wi-Fi sort of receiver that you can get in a laptop today. 56 watt hour battery, bit less. I was expecting around at least 70-75 watt hours. It is a 13.4-inch tablet, so again, frame rates would be fine. It won't be the best because the display isn't the best. It sort of is really. CS:GO, the person who was running test on this got 232 FPS on CS:GO, which is pretty good. With at maximum settings, that's actually pretty good. 55 FPS on RDR2, which makes sense because again, Red Dead Redemption is a very demanding game. Those, of course, will be better from the Zephyrus G14, which was more of a gaming laptop and not a tablet, really. Um, it has now one of the most surprising things is how Asus was able to fit a 4070 in such a small sort of chassis. I mean, in the end, it's just a tablet with the keyboard is just a thin keyboard which attaches to it. Again, pretty amazing. The you can also you can also put an external GPU. I'm pretty sure, but why would you need that? Because the 4070 is just way better. Not way better. Why would you upgrade from a 4070 to a 4090? 4070 is just amazing, really. Then battery is a big problem because the person who was testing this laptop averaged 4.5 hours, which involving 20-ish Chrome tabs, Spotify, Slack, which again it's a bit demanding, but 4.5 hours in the end it's just tablet, so it won't be the best out there, but it sure is one of the best tablet thingies out there, I guess. The person testing this also got about 48 minutes of RDR2 on one charge, which I am guessing was at max settings. It's fine, not bad. Again, Asus provides you with a humongous 130-watt charger, which can charge the device up to 50% in just 30 minutes. So 100% would be around 1 hour, 1 hour 5, 1 hour 10 minutes. More than enough. Actually, not really. For power users, it's fine, we get it. Um, Now, again, there are quite a lot of complaints from my side also. For example, the acronym keyboard, that is one of the worst. That is one of the bad things about this laptop. It's harder to understand. Most people will just keep their fingers on the letter part of the keyboard, and then they'll have to, sort of see where the keys are just bend. Not the best design, not the best choice, but again, it's good. Like, it's pretty fine. For the people who want, we have seen a similar design, not with the keyboard, with the overall build, with the Asus ZenBook 14X OLED Space Edition, long name. That was the kind of laptop that I absolutely loved. It was a 15-inch proper laptop. It had the best specs, 12th gen processors, 30 series graphics card, lot of things. But the verdict is that it's a pretty good laptop slash tablet. You wouldn't call it laptop. It's a pretty good tablet in itself. Again, the reviewer also said it looks like it fell from outer space, which was the case for the 14X OLED, the ZenBook 14X OLED, which in itself amazing. That laptop, I absolutely loved it. So, um, like, share, and subscribe, and I probably will be covering another article by tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow. Peace. We out.